Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. As always, everyone have an amazing day. Three things I am thankful for: stickers, um, jackets, feathers. There you go. Those are three things. Excuse me. So, if y'all saw my last message, it was kind of rocky the way I was talking. That's how I feel. Okay, y'all probably like, no, it flowed right. If we caught on, okay. I want to say this. As parents, I know that the way I probably explain it, some of y'all probably will be in a shock mode, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. You know, but it's time for us to, as parents or guardians or family members that's going through these different things, it's time for you to stand up and have these real conversations. So you remember how, like, for the ones that have family members or people they know, when they be like, back in my day, we did this and did that. It's time for you to have your back in my day. I don't care if it's today. You understand? It's time for her to have these real conversations with your kids because, how they said, curiosity killed the cat. You understand? That's the way y'all say it. But what I'm trying to say is this. It's time to be vulnerable and have these conversations. Even if you are currently on drugs or alcohol, even if it's like when it comes to alcohol, it could be just a recreational or it could be extreme, same as drugs, whatever form you excuse me, decide to utilize that. But there's a drug that I didn't talk about. That is a drug, medication. So that as well. So when it comes to like your over-the-counter prescriptions, talk about it. A drug is a drug. You understand me? I don't care if the doctor gave it to you or you found your own doctor. Okay? It's time to have those conversations on why you're doing what you're doing. It's time to have those conversations of, you know, how can you overcome it, or, you know, why you doing what you're doing. It's one of those things. So this will give you the opportunity to ask yourself, do I even need what I'm doing? Is there something more going on with me? Am I doing it just because it's just fun? It's time to ask those questions because your kids or your family is watching. And my thing is this is not just about helping the kids. We need to show the kids better. Because what if this is causing issue with your job where you're not able to work like you're supposed to? What if this causes an issue where you keep getting locked up? What if this is causing an issue where it's destroying your family? What if this is an issue where, you know, you're being belligerent or, you know, abusive, or you use the money up where you can't pay bills, where you're out drunk driving or out here in the streets out here in the streets? What if it's one of the things where you're just jumping from bed to bed? What if it's something like, you know, you're just missing different opportunities? Some of y'all could be going to the hospital a lot. Some of y'all, your body systems are breaking down. So my thing is, I want y'all to get to the point where you hold this conversation with them. Even if you don't stop what you're doing, that's your business. You understand? That's your body. You the only one that have to deal with that. And if you go out here in the street and do something reckless and drunk drive, that's your body and that's your life and that's the other people's life. So you got to take that into accountability as well. You understand? I do recommend, if you do drink, walk. Just go walk it off. Don't jump in the car thinking you can know better, whatever. Walk it off. Okay, because all lives matter, even yours as well. Yeah, so, and even for drugs and stuff, all of that. So yeah, it's time to have those conversations because a lot of y'all acting like y'all never been on drugs before. A lot of y'all acting like y'all never drunk before. And a majority of y'all are in the church. Yeah, y'all those saved and sanctified. Yeah, you filled with the Holy Ghost, all right. Remember, holy? I ain't talking about the holy. You know, there's something missing. Fill it up. So my thing is like, be honest. You gotta stop being out here pretending just because you may not be a full sinner, you still a half sinner. Because ain't no one in this world out here fully free. You understand me? Because I'm going to tell you right now, even for myself, I got both sides to me. You understand? And I still got to make sure that I be mindful of what I say. So if I got to be mindful of what I say and do, you do too. You understand? You do too. Because if y'all only knew how I be feeling about these people that be all up in my ear, boy, I'll be ready to fight. Not really, I'm just joking. But, you know, I have to be mindful. Energy is energy. You understand? So, and just by that other side, those are people that's in that spiritual jail. Those are people that are walking out here looking like they fine, but they are going through it, child. You think you're going through something? You should hear them. They over there screaming the behinds off. Yes, they are. I never heard my name called so many times, boy. But the thing about it is, I don't want you to be like these people over here, screaming and shouting, trying to get my attention, because I'm ignoring anybody on this side, because I already told you on this side. You understand? So I want y'all to finally be honest with yourselves, because reason why a lot as adults, especially with these kids, they have kids, reason why a lot of y'all are still feeling like your life is not going the way you want it, is because you're lying to yourself. You're trying to pretend that you never had a life. You're trying to pretend that you never went down these roads. I don't care if you was a prostitute. I don't care what you went through. I don't care. And that goes for me. There are men in that situation too, yes. And this conversation is still for kids, because it's in front of our faces all day, every day. Okay, just let you know that. Because people advertise, just to let y'all know, let's get it to, people advertise drugs, these street drugs, and prostitution in y'all faces every day. I see it every day. Every day, people are advertising it, and I ain't talking about the ones that's on the stage, like your rappers and singers and type stuff. But some people be advertising it in y'all faces every single day. Okay, so I need y'all to acknowledge so that your kids can be able to understand how to ignore the advertisement and scroll past it. Okay, it's like that. I need y'all to scroll past. So the thing about life is, I need y'all to be honest. I need y'all to be honest. We need to break those chains that y'all allowing. We need to break those chains. But you got to be honest with your kids. And I understand that you don't want to go down memory lane. I don't either. However, I'd rather go down and explain it to them so they don't be in that lane for their life and have to have those memories. We have to stop it, because sometimes we do certain things because we feel like that's all we know, and we need to learn more than that. You understand? We need to learn more than that. We need to break those traditions. There are a lot of traditions in the world that need to be broken. A lot. So please have those conversations with your kids, okay? And don't worry if they judge you or whatever. Just be honest, because sometimes I think they see it and they know that something happened, or they heard the conversations, and y'all like, man, you don't know what you're talking about. Nah, it's time to be honest with them, because if you lying to them, they gonna lie to you. Okay? Y'all remember, kids be hearing conversations. They hear what y'all be talking about to y'all friends and all of that. Girl, you remember back when we did this? Bro, you remember this? They hear it. But then when they come and ask you, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Come on. Let's stop lying to ourselves. All right. So, in order for you to make sure, you need to talk to the kids, have these conversations, be upfront. I don't care. Tell them you had fun doing it. Be honest. Yeah, I had fun. Yep. But this is the outcome. This situation happened. That situation happened. You understand? If I wasn't on drugs, if I didn't do this, I could have got that job. If I didn't do that, I probably would have been married at this age or whatever. If I didn't do that, I would have had more money stacked up. If I didn't do this, I wouldn't, me and your mama or me and your daddy would have broken up. If I would have done this, I could have had that college degree. If I would have done this, I could have got that business deal taken care of. You understand? If I ain't do this, I wouldn't have been locked up. But I'd rather for you to have those conversations than be in the grave and can't tell nobody anything. Okay? That part. Kids, I want you to understand. Even though these parents telling you this stuff, I know still curiosity going to be in your mind. I get it. Because it's still one of the things. But I just got to see for myself. I got to see for... I can stop. I won't get caught up like them. I promise. God, I won't get caught up like them. But I got to see it for myself. Cool. Go right ahead. I ain't going to stop you. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. Because if my words ain't enough, and you can see me and that ain't enough, there ain't nothing I can do, because you're going to do what you want to do. And that's perfectly fine. Just remember that if you get into it and you can't stop it, then that's your life. You're the one ruining it. You understand me? You're the one putting yourself in that thing. So that dream that you had that you could have got within 5 years, now it's going to take you 20 years to get there. Okay? But the dream is still out there. It's up to you. But I'd rather for you to be able to have that dream with your legs and your arms and your eyesight and your kidneys and your lungs, you understand me, and your brain, than being over there with no legs or no arms or using somebody else's kidney or something like that, or half a brain. I want you to get to your dream with as many elements as possible. Do you understand me? Now, I know that even when you become an adult, you're going to still want to try some things out. And I get it. That's life. But, like I always say, know when to hold it, know when to fold it. You understand? Ask yourself, am I happy? If you're not happy, then rethink the question before you do it. Because those things is not going to give you the happiness you need. You understand me? Ain't no different than sex. It ain't going to give you the happiness you need. All of it's going to give you drama. You understand me? The only thing about it, it can't talk back to you other than the sexual part. But everything else can't talk back to you. But it will talk to you. Because once you start drinking, all the thoughts in your head start rolling through. When you get on drugs, all the thoughts start running through. And you thinking that you winning, but it's over there taking over you. And when your mind is not in the right place, you blank out. You end up doing things that you probably wish you were never done. And you can ruin a lot of relationships. A lot of bridges can be broken down because of that. You understand? I don't want you to sit back and be like, man, I should have. Nah. You had 10 generations before you to tell you and show you what will happen if you go down that lane. Not even just that. You get to see my life. You get to see your friends, your aunties and them life. You get to see other people's lives. You got enough of stuff in the world to get to show you what it looked like if you go down that lane in many forms. How many times we got all these movies, we got all these TV shows, we got all these news, the TV news, the podcast, the music, to show you every single person that goes through all of this. And I ain't never seen a meth head get to a meth head be able to overcome meth until they get off of it. I never seen a heroin addict be fully successful until they get off of it. Don't get me wrong, a lot of these people in higher positions and they look like they got it together, but to actually be happy in life, no different than an alcoholic or anything. Even a sex addict even goes through stuff. You understand me? If that was the case, we wouldn't have all these podiums where everybody coming out to speak their truth. Even some are lies. I don't care if it's men or females. So I want y'all to make sure if y'all making decisions, you're making it because you want to, not because somebody's telling you to. I want you to make a decision because it's something you want to do to better yourself, not to get advanced in the world. You understand? I'm trying so hard, y'all, not to talk about this dumb mess that's going out here in the world. I'm doing my best, but it's like my spirit want to talk about some things. I'm trying not to. It's some stuff that's going on, y'all, and I don't like liars. I can't stand it. I'm gonna say it like this. When I say I don't like liars, give me a second, y'all. Because I ain't trying to move backwards. I'm trying to move forward. But give me a second. Freak it. I'm going to speak my truth all the time. Listen, y'all. There's some people out here in the world that make it hard for a lot of us. But not one of me, because I went through the process. But make it hard for y'all to not know how to be able to handle certain things in the world. And I don't want y'all to sit back and think this drug life is the life, because a lot of people get on drugs. The older they get on drugs and they go out here and do it for the money. And then when the money don't come in, now they the victims. I'm calling it what it is. And it make it hard for people that actually go through the situations in life. Because I'm going to tell y'all kids, see, there's one part of the drug life and alcohol life where you know you're doing it. But then there's that other side where there are some kids that don't know that their drinks are getting spiked. A lot of kids don't know their food is getting drugged. You understand me? It's a lot of that going on that has happened in the world. And those are the ones that go through those situations where they go to parties and don't know that people putting stuff in their drinks, and going to parties and going to events and don't know that the food they eating has drugs and stuff in it, and then you get addicted to it. And before you know it, you out here in the streets. You out here doing stuff and you don't even know why you're doing it. Now you having a craving for these drugs, and you become victims to a society and a world. And then when it's time for you to stand up, sometimes it's hard to stand up, because you kind of trying to figure out where did it come, where did this all stream from, where did it start from. And see, that's why I want y'all to be careful when y'all go to places and when y'all pick up drinks and stuff, because some people ain't your friends, y'all. Some people not your friends. And then sometimes some people can be your friends, but they don't know the friends they have, because they can invite you somewhere and don't know that other people are setting you up. So I need y'all to be mindful of what you're doing, what you're drinking, what you're intaking and stuff like that. And it's crazy because one part of me is like, I know the world's changing for better. Excuse me. But I have to still put this information out here because I do care. And I don't want to be naive and just assume that everything's going to be perfect like that. And not everything takes time. So when y'all go to these events as kids or adults, whatever, because guess what, y'all? Sometimes the adults do it to the little kids. You'd be surprised how envious adults are these days. And I'm not trying to scare y'all. But if your spirit, that's why I say love yourself, your spirit tell you something's off, believe it. Believe it. Take it. If something in you saying don't go, don't go. If something saying step back, step back. Because we've seen and heard of stories about slumber parties where little girls or little boys do stuff to the other girls or boys, thinking they friends and this and that. Again, some people get on drugs and don't even realize they got on it. And then parents be wondering what's going on. So be mindful of the company you keep. Parents, pay attention to the company that your kids are around. I'm not here to scare you, but if something's in your spirit saying, hey, do a double check on these people. You understand? Or maybe when they having these parties of, hey, you know, let me get this, let me hang around your parent for a second to see what type of vibe they have before I just allow you to stay at this person's house. Let me and them have like a little coffee moment. Or we can sit down and have a coffee, or let me sit down and have a little conversion with you so we can talk and see, make sure your brain is on the same wavelength. If I'm going to drop my child off at your house and it's the first time, I need to make sure your mind at least sounds like it's in order. You understand me? That part. Because sometimes the parents can be involved. Yeah, it's crazy. Sometimes the parents do the sneak attacks on other people's kids. And it's like, I don't want to be in this energy, but my energy is like, you have to talk about it. So I'm talking about it. So yeah, Kids, you need to understand both sides of the coin. So pay attention to the signs. If you go out somewhere and you go hang with a friend, or you go and do a slumber party, boys or girls, or you go to these little parties, because some of y'all kids do sneak out. And if y'all go, be mindful of what you drinking. Be mindful of what you eating. If your spirit something saying, I don't know, back up. If somebody keeps saying, hey, take this, come on, do it. That's your answer. No. Leave. Go home. Anytime somebody try to force you to eat something or drink something, when something's telling you no, that's a sign right there to be careful. Be careful what you're intaking, because something could be going on. I know that some of y'all go out here and you want to be rebellious. I get it. I got it. But I know I'm not trying to give you hints on anything, but I'm trying to make sure you're safe. If you have that family member that you do trust, tell them where you're going. I know you don't want to tell your mom and dad because you're sneaking out. Tell somebody, write a note somewhere, right? Write something somewhere and write it down, just in case. Put it somewhere that you know that, I know my parents may not look here first, but maybe this will be the second place they look at, because I know you don't want to get caught. I get it. I got it. I understand. But always write down where you're going at. I'd rather for you to risk getting caught by your parents than getting caught up. Okay? Write it down somewhere, because you never know. Just because I'm out here and I provide these messages don't mean that somebody gonna be out here and ain't gonna try something. People still crazy these days. It ain't gonna be as many, but I still want to put this information out just in case. You understand me? I'd rather for you to state it and you got that in your back pocket than not knowing it and then don't know what to do with it. So write down where you're going at. Okay? Something, and put it somewhere, so just in case if something happened, they got a reference, or the people, location, or whatever. I know you're like, but they don't care. They did it. I don't care. Still, give it to someone you trust, and just say, hey, here, just in case. Okay? Just always, I'm gonna just say this. If you're going to try to be grown, then be smart. If you're going to be grown, then act like an adult and be smart and provide information just in case. All right? Again, you may not want to give it to the main people, but you have that one friend that's home that ain't going out. You have that one family member that's gone that you can trust. Do you understand me? Do something. Because once y'all make those moves and you don't believe, I can't help you. Because you got to see it for yourself. And if you don't make it past that, it ain't my fault. Because I'm providing you the answers to the questions that no one else telling you. And I'm not saying that they didn't, but I'm the outside, because sometimes we don't like listen to our parents. We'll listen to someone on the outside. So I'm the one on the outside telling you listen to the inside. Okay? And for the other ones, the part that I'm talking, the other part is kind of, listen, y'all. You young. And there's a lot of grown people out here that know you young and they think you stupid. And yes, y'all do some stupid things, but be smart. Okay? Don't get yourself caught up in thinking like, ooh, these people liking me, they want me around, this and that. Don't sit back and think, I'm getting over, I'm getting some extra money in my pocket and this and that. That's when it comes to these things I see out here in the world with certain people. I'm not saying all, but some people went along with the get along. And then when the money ain't rolling in, now they want to sit back and shout. And I don't like stuff like that. I can't stand stuff like that. Because you make it hard for the true victims, the true people that's going through, the true people that actually been through something. And I'm going to just say it like this. For those people, you know who you are. Excuse me, kids, I'm having another message on the side. But you know who you are. And if you're going to go out here and sit here and pretend that you're a victim, but you was a part of the situation, then don't look for no money behind it. Now, unless you were to have money in the beginning and they stole something from you, that's that. But if you went out here and got into this situation and was getting, while the getting was good, now the getting's gone, If you ask for a dime, then I'm going to make sure I give you a receipt. Okay, that part. Ooh, my bad, y'all. Okay. I had to. I know. I didn't want to. But I had to. Because we're trying to be an example for these kids. And I can't stand when people pretend to be victims when it was clients. Oh, yeah, I can't. I had to. I know. Sorry, y'all. It's just... I want to make sure I heal as many people in the world. But I want you to know that your choices is yours. But we want to lead by example. Acknowledge what we do and stand on it. And my main goal is to let you know that your life is your life, and what you decide to do is up to you. But I don't want you kids to sit back and think that certain things are acceptable. And what I mean by that is pretending to be a victim when you're not one. So again, if y'all go out here and y'all, men, boys and girls, don't matter what you are, what gender you are, whatever, religion or whatever, if you go out here and you feel like you're grown, then you're going to be treated like you're grown. Okay? Those consequences are on your back. Not your parents, not your guardians, not the side pieces, none of that. It's on your back. Times have changed. Because in order for you to be able to do better, you have to learn. Like you, same way you go to school, right? Same way you go to school, you got to go to class. And they teach you the lessons. And it's up to you to take it with you. Now, you may not need it every single day, but you still got it in your back pocket knowing that just before you sit down, you need to read what's on it before you mess yourself up. Okay? And again, as adults, if y'all out here and doing, that's your business. All right? Does that mean I don't love you? Nah, not at all. I'm going to still love you through the process. But don't get mad when your butt get towed up. Okay? It ain't me doing it. It's you. Energy is energy. And if you don't love yourself, then you're going to reflect that. And if you do love yourself, you're going to see that. So I'd rather for you to see the bright side than be stuck in the dark side. On that note, y'all have a blessed day.